It was raining out, and Moxy was in a really bad mood. He had just been defeated repeatedly by Lorelai at the gym with her Lapras, which was disgustingly strong compared to his Totodile, Weenus. Yes, he knew it wasn't the best choice in a fight, but damn it, he loved the little guy. Dejected, he walked down the sidewalk with a soggy backpack in hand, muttering to himself angrily when he heard someone yell his name.
Moxy, wait up!
Yelled Lorelai. Of all the times for her to speak to him, someone he's crushed on for ages, did it have to be now when he was so thoroughly trounced by her? He didn't slow his pace, forcing her to jog faster to catch up with him as she called out to him repeatedly.
Moxy, wait! Didn't you hear me calling you?
She asked once she caught up, surprisingly not sounding out of breath at all.
I wanted to talk to you about our match. Can we grab a drink?
Sorry, I'm not in the mood. Can't you just let me wallow in peace?
No, that's the last thing I want to let you do, Moxy. Come on, let's grab a drink.
She tugged on his backpack and sleeve, not giving up an inch as she dragged him to the local bar all the trainers like to frequent. She gave him a shove into the closest booth and slid in next to him, in case he thought he could escape. A wise choice, because he had been planning on making a run for it. And she ordered them both a shot of whiskey to get warm and some beers. Moxy begrudgingly admired her take-charge attitude. That's why the crushing defeat had been so crushing. Once their beers had arrived and they downed their shots, she opened the conversation he didn't want to have.
So, Moxy, you did terribly back there.
Wow. She was not pulling the punches.
But I saw a lot of potential in you and your Pokemon, so I want to help you reach your greatest potential, whether it be with your current Pokemon or with a stronger one.
Moxy was sure that wasn't meant to be offensive. She genuinely seemed like she wanted to help, but it still rankled him a little bit. He stayed silent for a little longer while they sipped their beers and let the whiskey warm them up before he spoke. Why would you even want to help me? I'm clearly not fit for this line of work. I've been trying to get better for months now, and nothing is working. I might as well just hang my head and go back home to work on the farm like my family wanted. They'll be happy. Bitterness seeped through his words, and Lorelai softened up at seeing him so dejected and insecure about himself.
Hey, I want to help because I was helped once too. I wasn't always this fabulous.
She threw her soggy ponytail back in a mockery of the more elitist girls she'd seen at the gym. Moxy chuckled at this, knowing how down to earth she was. It was one of the things he admired about her, and why he started going to that specific gym in the first place. Not that he'd ever admit it. Okay, so if I accept your help, what would that look like? What does your training entail? Hypothetically.
Well, first we would need you to buff up a little bit.
They continued their talk late into the night, drinking beer after beer and laughing with each other, starting to lean into each other more. The next morning, Moxy woke up in an unfamiliar room, groggy and unsure how he got there. He shifted around a little, and as he did, he felt some movement next to him.
Good morning, sunshine.
Lorelai mumbled, not totally with it. His memory snapped back into place instantly, remembering the stumble back to her place, the frenzied fumbling, the moans of pleasure and surprise and delight well into the early morning. He couldn't speak for a few minutes, completely in shock of what they had done together. Sure, he had liked her and would have been happy talking and maybe even flirting, but this felt like it was overreaching. He inflated with happiness all the next month, working with her during the day on getting stronger, betting her at night, and learning every little thing about her body that he could, not knowing how long this dream would last. But last, it did. 2 months later, he found himself pregnant and scared. He'd been feeling sluggish the past week and had trouble holding down his food in the mornings, which was unusual since he ate the same thing every morning and didn't have any issues before. As he was out for a walk with his Totodile, he came across a father pushing a stroller, and his face went pale. Could it be? He was pregnant? They hadn't been using protection regularly, but he never thought or dreamed that it would be something that could happen to him. What would Lorelai think? They loved each other and were content in their relationship, but they had never broached the topic of babies or marriage. He didn't want to rock the boat and scare the love of his life away. When he shakily told her the news, she was so overjoyed that she did a victory dance, just like her Lapras did after winning a match. Moxie was so full of love and content that he had lost that match to her all those months ago. Nothing would ever be the same again.